It is so incredible to see you here again. Welcome to Elite Wellness Warriors. I'm Sony, and it is a real pleasure to have you here. Today we are talking about vitamin B6 and its power in transforming your health. Particularly if there is a severe deficiency there, this can be a game changer. This can be a life-altering vitamin. I, myself, have had fibromyalgia for 15 years. I'm very much in a state of healing right now, and that means that soon there will be a pathway to full recovery. And I'm really, really pleased to take you along that journey and share with you the experiences that I've had in that process. So without further ado, we are talking about vitamin B6. It is biologically imperative. It is involved with 100 different chemical reactions in the body, and it plays a critical role in things like brain health, in nerve health, in nerve transmission, and very, very importantly, in the metabolic machinery to generate energy for your health. Something really, really pertinent, really, really, really important for people with fibromyalgia and other energy-related conditions. So, B6 is an active form of something called peroxidyl 5-phosphate, or PLP for short. It's a great little coenzyme in the metabolic pathways that convert carbohydrates, fats, and proteins into the energy currency that we know as ATP. So it's really essential for breaking down amino acids, really good for metabolizing things like glycogen, for releasing glucose, which of course, as you know, it releases energy in the process of respiration. It's also really, really useful for gluconeogenesis, which is very useful during stress and indeed exercise. So without enough vitamin B6, your energy level will suffer and actually get inefficient. B6 is really important for a process called methylation. And methylation, again, is responsible for metabolism and energy generation. Rather than energy generation, scientifically that's not correct, because you can't generate energy, but you can convert energy. So from, for example, the chemicals in your food into thermal energy, kinetic energy, whatever it might be. So it enables the transfer of that energy really, really well. It does this alongside vitamin B9 and vitamin B12. It regulates homocysteine, which is directly responsible, or certainly a directional marker for telling you whether you're going to have a heart problem. It produces something called THAM, which is the body's primary methyl donor, and that means it allows the methyl group to be donated so that you're able to make energy from it. And it encourages gene expression related to metabolism. Detoxification, it's really important for that as well, and indeed it allows nerve signaling to take place so nerves can communicate really well with one another. Now, where it comes to something like fibromyalgia, the situation there is slightly more complex. So, for example, a bit of a backstory on this. One of the symptoms that I would have would be nerve pain, tingling, twitching, peripheral neuropathy in extremities such as your hand, your feet, and I had it on the tip of my tongue as well. So this was a really severe problem for me, and therefore I know, as time has gone on, as my knowledge and information has evolved, that indeed B6 deficiency was very much present. So it has had incredible results. It has literally radically transformed my health for the better. I have far less pain than before. I don't have peripheral neuropathy. Now, my brain has become more active and alive. My cognition has become more efficacious. My pins and needles have dissipated. My lexicon, the way I'm able to speak, has got better. I'm able to be more positive because actually B6 is deeply involved in the synthesis of neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, GABA, which keeps you calm, serotonin, which, as you know, lifts your mood, and dopamine is a very rewarding neurotransmitter. It makes you just feel cognitively alive. These are really, really important to be able to experience and touch and feel life again, which, as we all know, with something like fibromyalgia, it is a devastatingly life-stripping architect of doom. It is so horrible, and that's why you need the tools in your arsenal to be able to deal with that condition, or ME, or CFS. It is important to say that randomized, double-blind clinical trials trying to link B6 with fibromyalgia and to see how efficacious it is haven't been so fabulously conclusive. However, if it's involved with all of those energetic mechanisms, if it's involved with nerve health, if it is involved with the promotion of neurotransmitters that lift your mood, which can suffer so deleteriously with something like fibromyalgia, then it stands to reason that there is going to be an improvement in that sector. Current evidence does not support the fact that B6 as an individualized strand will be a potent mechanism for the curing of fibro. That is not what I'm saying. However, what I am saying here is that it is a brilliant contributing factor, particularly if you've got things like peripheral neuropathy, nerve pain, and other cognitive issues. And even indeed, if you've got anxiety, if you've got low mood, if you have depression, then this can be shown to be beneficial for people with those set of symptomologies. Low B6 can be linked to fatigue, low motivation, brain fog, poor stress balance, and it is a proven fact that as you have increased levels of stress, levels of B6 will deplete because they are directly and inversely correlated. In terms of mood and emotional health, anxiety and mood was investigated by a randomized double-blind placebo trial in 2022, which was testing high-dose vitamin B6 supplementation in young adults. And it showed a reduction of a significant nature in anxiety across that particular cohort. It showed a reduced amount of depressive symptoms. It increased GABA-mediated inhibition. A study done in 1989 by Wyatt et al. Showed that with this particular double-blind placebo-controlled crossover trial, emotional post-menstrual syndrome symptoms, depression, irritability, and emotional fatigue decreased significantly with the supplementation of vitamin B6, showing it has real-world positive impacts on our mental well-being. B6 is really, really important for myelin synthesis. That is the insulation around your nerves, for example. It really regulates homocysteine, which I mentioned earlier, which is brilliant for ensuring that your heart health is maintained. It's really useful for hemoglobin regulation and formation, because that, as you know, is in your red blood cells, and that's really important for generating energy, because, of course, red blood cells carry oxygen, and is really, really useful for immune function as well. So, in conclusion, I have to say B6 is one of, if not the most powerful supplements that I've ever tried. I think it is a magical supplement. I think it's amazing, and it has been transformational in my health. And I know if you have that same symptom profile as I do, it may be a benefit to you. Definitely check it out. It's super powerful. But please recognize that it is not the panacea. It is not the thing that is the elixir that's going to cure your fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, or indeed myalgic encephalomyelitis, which is otherwise known as ME. It's not going to do that, but it can be really, really contributory to the helping of an alleviation of those symptoms, which are so dark and so devastating and so problematic for so many of us. I will add a note of caution, however, that there are different forms of vitamin B6, and the one I would recommend would be something called P5P, which is really, really powerful and not the synthetic version. So I would say definitely check P5P out as your natural, less toxic and more readily available version of vitamin B6. And it's also important to say that you've got to get your dosing right, because too much and you're going to end up with peripheral neuropathy, too little and it won't be effective. And so it's really about finding what your sweet spot is. So in some countries like the USA, 100 milligrams are recommended. In the UK, the NHS recommends you take no more than 10 milligrams per day because of the damaging effect it can have on your nerves if you take too much. And remember, those 10 milligrams a day can, if you take that regularly over a long period of time, it can cause problems. So please be careful with that. I really have to add that note of caution. So you really have to know your body, and you've got to recognize where you are in terms of your symptomology and how best to treat those. Used precisely, as I said earlier, it can be transformative with your health. Used blindly, and you're going to end up causing yourself significant harm. So please be careful. It doesn't just stimulate your energy. It enables it. It's a powerful vitamin for energy, metabolism. It's really good for the synthesis of neurotransmitters. It is great for your nerves. It's just brilliant for methylation. My God, please get it. Try it. It'll change your life if you are deficient. Right, that is it from me, folks. If you like what you see and you want to watch more videos from my channel, then please remember to click on the QR code here, or indeed if you fancy another video, click here. If you want to find me on Facebook, then I am on Elite Wellness Warriors. We've got a beautiful tribe of people that I'd love to see you join us. We're on Instagram as well. Please do check that out. And my website link is below should you want to have my personal support in any way, shape, or form. And on that note, I will love you and leave you. Please, guys, be careful, be safe, be wonderful, be healthy. And I wish you all the best luck and the best health in the world. Take care. Bye.